just turn on the camera and give value.
Mm-hmm.
That's not, like, if you just turn on the camera and gave value in whatever form that is, martial arts, how-tos, education, whatever it is you're doing, cut the shit. No fluffy bells and whistles. Just get to the value. Don't and shocker, some of our most overproduced videos perform the worst. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Budo Brothers podcast. You got Eric
and Kyle.
I hope you've been enjoying the content we've been putting out lately. We've been doubling down on YouTube and really taking stock and inventory of what we've been doing on social media. Mm-hmm. And that got us thinking about what we've learned along the way. And we thought it would be valuable, if not interesting at the very least, to start sharing some of our secrets.
Ooh, we can't give them all.
Oh, we got to give them all. We got to be an open book.
Right.
But just, boots on the ground. What are we seeing in the trenches? How we got here, which I still am trying to figure out.
Yeah.
And what we've learned along the way. And I think there would be value in us sharing our experience that led us to this point.
Definitely. And the age-old saying, content is king. How freaking true is it? One thing that you and I have done from the start of our business is focus on producing, making, creating, generating martial arts content.
Yes. And
our business and the content go hand in hand. We only grow because the content and the content grows the business. Like
right.
They're brother and sister.
Yes.
They work together. Content, a lot of the times people think it's self-serving.
Okay.
When you watch a lot of people's feeds or people who are producing content for their business, what do? Buy my shit, buy my stuff, buy this new course, blah, 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 buy.
Right.
That is the wrong way to go about expressing content to engage people on the internet.
Yeah. You're selling.
Nobody ever wants to hear that. Mm-mm. Like, you have to create something, and we have these 3 pillars that we try to do every time, where you educate, entertain, and inspire people. And if you hit all 3 of those pillars
to the moon,
ding, 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 that baby lights up.
Yes.
Millions of views, right?
Yes.
Like that's how it does. And it's because you aligned with all the factors. And the other thing is being authentic. You can tell when a person's like off the cuff or like comfortable talking versus like, hi, welcome to my blog.
Reading. Yeah.
I hope you enjoy this.
So prepped. No one wants to listen to that.
Yeah.
And it's funny too, because I had recently a friend of mine reached out and said, hey, I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel, wanted to pick your brain. And it actually got me rehashing our experience through YouTube, through Facebook, through Instagram. What worked, what didn't, when were we hot, when were we cold, what was going on? And he was asking really good questions, and I could also tell that he's really excited about this new journey, wanting to produce content. And it's got to be like, I'm thinking really nicely edited and all the, and I could tell right away he's going to spend way too much time making flashy, spinning logos and I had to just shake him a little bit and say, just turn on the camera and give value. Mm-hmm. That's not, like, if you just turn on the camera and gave value in whatever form that is, martial arts, how-tos, education, whatever it is you're doing, cut the shit. No fluffy bells and whistles. Just get to the value. And shocker, some of our most overproduced videos perform the worst. Yeah. When we start editing things and doing all this, they don't do well. The raw, handheld. Yeah. Look at one of our best videos. It was shot in a hotel lobby in a casino with Apollo Ladra. Yeah. And it was off guard. We were like, hey, you want to film? Yeah, let's film. What do you want me to do? I don't know. Do something. No. Okay. Bust out the cameras. We
no didn't tripod, even nothing, not in focus.
Nothing. And it's one of our top performing videos. And we literally ran out of content and was, hey, didn't we remember we shot that one thing in the casino?
Yeah.
Let's throw that up there because we had no content left. And that was our first video that broke 6 figures in views.
Yeah.
And 100,000, went to 200, 300, 400. It was our first million view breaking video.
Right.
And one turned into 2, into 3, into 4, and it like maxed out at like 7 million. And it literally was a company maker.
Yeah.
That one video grew our social following from whatever we had when we launched it, like 10,000 people to, 100. It 10x'd our reach.
That's the funny thing about social media too. It's a lot like the stock market. It's just consistency and time in the game. Like, it compounds. Right?
It does.
You don't know which video is going to go. Right? You don't know which video is going to go. So you just have to continually post and post and post and post. And the funny thing is the videos that you plan to get a lot of views, like, oh, I'm going to shoot this. It's going to go bananas.
It's going to go viral.
This is a viral video. It never
goes.
Never
works. And you can try to recreate a viral video and it won't work.
No.
It's so funny how it works because it's not what you think.
Yeah. And if you were to put on the table a $100 bill or a viral piece of content and ask me which one I wanted, I would take the viral piece of content day in, day out.
Over $100, hell yeah.
Yeah. Over an ounce of gold.
Oh, okay, now we're talking.
I would take it because it's so valuable to have a piece of content that does well. And like viral is different levels, right? Like our virality is different than LeBron James.
Sure.
And maybe you're listening to this and a viral video to you is a lot different than what it is to us. But when you have a video that when you post it, it does extremely well, keep that video.
Yes.
Post it on other things. It is a hunk of gold to spread awareness about what you're doing, your mission, and your path to other people.
Yeah.
And it pays dividends.
It does.
Yeah. And I'm not talking YouTube paying you. The amount of attention and influx of eyeballs is worth its weight in gold.
Reach.
And attention is an asset. I say this all of the time. And I've probably heard it from somewhere. I've heard it so long ago I can't remember where I heard it from. But attention is an asset in the fact that when you're in people's mind or of interest to people, there's always a way that it comes back and pays you.
Sure.
In some way, right? Whether you're a martial arts instructor and you put a video out and all of a sudden people in your community are coming to your space because they saw you on TikTok,
right?
And you were doing this thing, or it always loops its way back. And social media is changed, right? We used to pay a lot for advertising. We used to pay a lot of money for advertising our digital courses.
Yep.
And the game flip, we don't spend much money at all on advertising because the metrics and the recording and everything changed. So
the tools have changed.
Yeah.
The targeting is no longer what it used to be.
Yeah.
If we knew what we knew now, back in the wild, wild west
in
of the
glory
original
days of
oh
Facebook.
My Lord, when we didn't even know what we had.
Yeah. Yeah. And you hear us say glory days of Facebook. There used to be a way that you could measure your conversions off of things, and you could just literally scale things to infinity.
Yes.
And we just didn't know what we knew back then.
No. This is the way it's always going to be.
Yeah. But for a new person starting right now and starting an Instagram account, it is freaking tough.
It is.
It is hard
Sure.
to gain any type of traction.
Yes, but I feel like that statement will always be true.
Yes.
I feel like when you and I started Budo Brothers and Instagram was already popping and we started Budo Brothers Instagram account with 0 followers,
right,
and we did our very first post, how many people told us it's hard it's a difficult game now, Instagram's established. It's hard. Well, guess what? It's just hard. It always is. It always will be. And that's why not a lot of people are successful at it, because it is a grind. It is how many years did it take before we started getting traction through our consistency?
Yeah.
But also being excited about the little. We got 100 followers, man. High five.
Yeah.
100 people out there that have never met us and are digging what we're doing.
Yeah.
High five to that. 100 followers. Awesome. Boom. Imagine that. We get to 1,000. Holy shit. This is incredible. And guess what? Holy shit. This is incredible has never stopped. We're always excited about the next level, the next grow, the next pedestal that we stand on to get to the next one. You know, like we haven't lost that.
Yeah. It is exciting because people are tuned in to what you're doing, right? It's an exciting feeling.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, though, you need to create the content for yourself. You can't create things for algorithms, for views, for...
No.
You need to create, be authentic,
yes,
be original.
Yes.
And not care about how is this going to do.
Yes.
As soon as you do that, you lose it all.
It's like
The
trying.
white buffalo.
Yeah, it's like trying to, you know, like have you ever a cat that you're like, hey cat, come sit on my lap. That never wants to sit on your lap. The cat has to be like, hey. And especially if you don't want the cat on your lap, oh, he's coming on your lap.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's this elusive. If you make it with without losing authenticity is what it is. Really, if you're not yourself, people see through it. They're not it. You next.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And I would way rather 1,000 followers who are plugged into your story and love everything you do than 1 million followers who don't even care about you.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And people who tune into your story and share and you connect with, it makes social media such a powerful tool.
Yeah. And the other ingredient is literally consistency.
Prior to social media, was content king?
No.
I think that's where the saying knowledge is power was before. Because like information, knowledge and stuff was hoarded. Like you needed to be part of like this.
And I have it and you don't.
And this institution, and like you don't get access to this club or this or this. Like,
and the internet was the great equalizer.
Yeah, like here's everything you've ever wanted.
What can you do with it?
Within less than a second.
What can you do with it?
Yeah.
And that's literally the most incredible opportunity for literally every person on this planet. It is an opportunity.
How do you think content will change in the future? Because content before this was radio, white papers,
advertisements,
like a lot of print.
Yes.
Right? Magazines.
Yep. TV ads, radio.
And now it's all social.
Yep.
And audio is making its way. What do you think the next form of content will be?
Like next medium of content? Like
Yeah,
what
like-
are we talking VR shit?
Like, how do you think that it's going to come across, right? Is it
I
because like
thi-
videos right now? Videos
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
Right now.
And I think that's going to continue to grow. And I think there's going to be silos of different, very close-knit communities that are going to command massive audiences on the level of, you know, legacy media.
Right.
But it could be two dudes. And I think that's going to continue and grow. And I think there's going to be lots of subgroups, it's going to be fractionated. It's not going to be cable TV. If you're not on cable TV and you don't have a as seen on TV commercial for your ShamWow,
Yeah.
it's not getting to market.
Right. I ShamWow. I see a huge thing developing in the youth that I think is going to be massive for content in the future.
Okay.
You have cryptocurrencies coming on on the scene. But that's not the surprising part. There's a new thing called Roblox.
Yeah. My niece and nephew are obsessed with it.
Kids are programming their own micro communities within this game. Programmers and people developing these digital communities and these online spaces are going to be the new
interesting
content thing, right? Like, come check out this code I wrote. Come experience this in the blockchain. Come to my room where you can view my NFTs. Come play this game I invented on Roblox. I think that is the next place because now it's accessible for humans to write code.
Yeah.
And to talk to computers and do things that's in their imagination. I really think that content will evolve to come check out this internet space I made for you. Whether it's a game, whether it's a NFT lounge or these different things.
And boom, a new business model. Just like the generation before us, the script was you open up a storefront, you get great product, you serve. That is the entrepreneur running a business. We are in the era of, hey, take it online. Who needs a storefront? We're 100% e-commerce. Everything we sell is online. We have an online store. We're a purebred e-commerce lifestyle brand. That is an entire model. Now, what you're talking about is an entirely new model.
Yeah.
In an ecosystem, within an ecosystem, you're selling or teaching or providing value in some way that serves this new ecosystem.
Yeah.
And now you're an entrepreneur in the digital world where I can actually see that being like storefront, e-commerce, and then like the complete digital entrepreneur.
Yeah. Yeah, you're building your digital life, like where these people are gonna
selling digital assets. And what's crazy is like my niece went to this Roblox programming school, and she was so bored because she had already learned everything on her own. She was expecting like, oh, I'm going to learn how to do a whole bunch of coding. She couldn't believe it. It was the most boring thing. Shocker! The educational system's behind what's happening
on YouTube
in the real world.
In the real world, yeah.
And so here's my little 10-year-old niece wanting to go learn something that she doesn't know, and that didn't happen.
And the crazy thing about learning at that age is not effort at all. Like, you just pick it up so fast, and it's fun and exciting.
Yes.
And it's crazy the things that kids can do and the speed at which they learn at. It's bananas. Budo Brothers Challenge.
Budo Brothers Challenge.
Actually, I'm gonna give content. A content
challenge.
Content challenge.
All right, go for it.
We spend a lot of time on social media producing content, and we do see the value behind it. If you are an employee, if you are a business owner, and if you are retired, there's a place that's valuable to produce content.
Yes.
Producing content for LinkedIn to spruce up your profile, producing content for your business to get new customers, producing content so that your grandchildren think you're cool and can like tune into you on your trips. Sure. There is a way to use this powerful tool called the internet in order to educate, entertain, and inspire people. And if you're a content producer already, I challenge you to try to make a new form of content. Do something different. Change up your video
Switch
style.
It up.
Just give a new look, right? Because you get trapped in these content cycles. If you're a person that's never made content before, pick a form, either written, audio, or video, and try to make a piece of content just for fun.
Yeah.
Don't have any ambition about it, just to put it out there. And just give it a try. Content really helps you connect and build
Yes.
communities
Yes.
and build people that you relate to and
build trust.
yeah. And at the very least end, you will give a little respect to maybe somebody that you go and put a negative, like, oh man, this video sucks. But when you do it yourself and realize how hard sometimes it could be to put out a piece of content and expose yourself and try to do something to the world, it'll give you a little bit more respect for those content creators too. So try to make some content that educates, entertains, and inspires somebody.
And you'll have fun doing it in the process.
Yeah.
And whatever it is that you know and whatever knowledge you have, there's going to be someone that's interested in it.
And I know one of you right now is saying, I don't have any social media. Guess what? Write a book.
Sure.
You go to the old school forums, journal something, write something, and make something for somebody to read.
The other cool thing about YouTube and all of these different platforms, by you sharing your knowledge, you're adding to the library of knowledge that is contained, that is accessible to everyone. So by you putting out your YouTube video on how to fix a washing machine is going to be helpful for somebody who needs to learn how to fix a washing machine, and that is now open in the ether. So even if it doesn't go anywhere, you're going to provide value to someone else. And if we all did that, a rising tide floats all boats.
And I'll be 100% honest with you. Our podcast, by far, is the smallest, most niche platform that we have. Our podcast.
Sure.
We don't monetize it. We don't try to do anything with it. We just sit here and dump out our thoughts.
Our ideas.
It's
amazing.
And we have no idea where this thing is going.
And we don't care.
We have no plan for it. We are just glad you tune in.
Yes. Glad
you listen.
Exactly.
And if it's just you, Mom, listening, thank you.
Thank you. And we're going to have great notes to go back on. You know, when we want to remember our own journey, we can listen to our own podcast. What were we thinking back in 2022?
Yeah. There's not a point in our life where we'll be like, man, I really regret doing that podcast.
You know what? I regret filming our first vacation in Montreal. Said no one.
Yeah.
Are you going to regret capturing the moments that you're going to cherish forever? Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
Yeah, but then there was a battle of presents, but that's for another.
Another episode of the Budo Brothers podcast.
All right. Well, I think it's a good place to leave it.
Beautiful.
Until next week.
See you then.